this video, we will show how you can see free thermal convection in water-filled boreholes. Free or natural thermal convection is the buoyancy-driven currents of a fluid heated from below and cooled from above. Rayleigh-Bénard convection is a type of free thermal convection occurring in a planar horizontal layer, in which the fluid develops a regular pattern of convection cells known as Rayleigh-Bénard cells. Dimensionless Rayleigh number controls the convection process. It's directly related to the temperature gradient, thermal expansion coefficient, the acceleration due to gravity and the layer height, and is inversely related to kinematic viscosity and the thermal diffusivity. Convection occurs when the Rayleigh number exceeds a certain critical value. How does it work in boreholes? In a vertical borehole, free thermal convection arises when, due to positive temperature gradient, cold and heavy fluid is located above warm and light one, thus creating the thermomechanical instability of a fluid column. This instability creates upward and downward fluid currents that tend to reduce the temperature gradient. In this case, the Rayleigh number is expressed similarly. It's related to the borehole radius. The critical value of the Rayleigh number for this geometry is less than for the planar one. The structure of convective currents is often represented as a vertical series of cells like the Rayleigh-Bénard cells in a planar horizontal layer. Obviously, this is not the case because such a structure violates the axial symmetry that should be in the borehole. So, how is it organized in the borehole? The structure of convective currents can be estimated using a laboratory method based on infrared thermography of temperature anomalies appearing on the outer walls of the vertical water-filled pipe where conditions of free thermal convection are maintained. Upward air flow from the toroidal heater produces temperature gradient on the outer wall of the pipe. Infrared camera registered temperature distribution. Here we see changes in the pattern of temperature anomalies at the constant temperature gradient and Rayleigh number which slightly exceeds the critical value. Anomalies are calculated as deviations from the linear temperature distribution corresponding to the unperturbed gradient. Diagonal positive and negative anomalies move downward. The only structure that satisfied the recorded distribution of temperature anomalies on the pipe wall is a rotating double helical system. Helical twist direction and the direction of rotation are constantly changing. With an increase in the Rayleigh number, the angular velocity of rotation increases and the helical pitch decreases. In this case, secondary vortices appear that complicate the helical system. However, ceramic tube with relatively thick walls float around secondary vortices. We used a black and thin-walled polycarbonate pipe and a high-resolution thermal imager to study the fine structure of free thermal convection currents. The helical structure is traced so long as the Rayleigh number doesn't exceed 10,000, but then secondary vortices begin to destroy it.